Welcome to the Big Show and Tell. This is the March 31st, 2026 edition, we'll call it, where you can get big marketing and branding results. I am your co-host, Kim White. I'm a business owner and actual client of the Donna Bender Company. I'm joined by our host, Donna Bender, who is a leader in the branding and marketing arena. She gets big results for her clients like me, and for you watching, because she brings a whole lot of strategy with fun sprinkled along the way.
Thank you, Kim. And thank you for being here with me and every month. And sorry, I keep scratching. I don't know. All of a sudden I got itchy. So, Kim, I want to just share with everybody who this show is for. So people who might, come across it can stop, because if you are a C-Suite executive, a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a marketer, you're in the right place, because what we share and talk about are all the ways to use branded products and gifts strategically to build relationships and increase sales. Bottom line, that is what this show is for. And yes, we do sprinkle a little bit of fun and do have fun along the way. So
I would say it's a lot of fun. Let me just make that correction.
I don't know. I was looking at the opening, Kim, and I'm getting like a little antsy to start making a few more people. So, when the show is over, okay, our goal, I would just love it if there are some unexpected ways that people can walk away from the show today, knowing and thinking about ways in which they can use the right branded product to increase sales and build relationships. And today's theme, Kim, why don't you share that with everybody?
Okay. So today's theme is building your business in unexpected ways using branded merch strategically to drive real business.
Yes. And, I love this topic because I believe it's very unexpected, and it was unexpected to me. And so that's why I love sharing my own personal experiences with it. But Kim, what I'm also excited about is I just came back for another big trade show a few weeks ago in Fort Worth. And the first thing I would love to show is a product reel from that show with some new products.
Hello, this is the new collapsible stool. Finger holes up front, finger holes here, pull, twist, collapses down, carry strap, open back up, holds up to 350 pounds, comes in black with a full color imprint on the top.
There's a lot of games there, Kim.
There were.
And they were for all adults, Kim. That's what I love about it the most. And there are things for everybody, from every sport to every event to every outdoor thing, the cornroll, the chair with the basketball hoop. I mean, there's just so much stuff, and it's really fun and exciting. So I wanted to share that with people because we like to have fun.
I'm thinking of all the parents and all the teams and all that would need that pop-out stool to sit on at all the fields we go to watch kids. And
it's so lightweight, and the fact that you could just string it over your shoulder and you don't have to sit on the ground if you don't want to. So yeah, it's a great item. So so thank you for pointing that out. And go ahead.
No. There was a lot in there. There was a lot of cool things.
A lot of cool things. And one thing I also wanted to point out is, you know how I always talk about socks? Well, one of the manufacturers who does socks are now doing custom sneakers, and every single style of what's popular right now. And it's just amazing. And how cool would that be to have, you know, a sales meeting or a conference where, you know, everybody got a pair of custom sneakers for the event. You know, people, I don't like people to shy away from things that need sizes, because that's an easy way to deal with things, because you just ask people ahead of time, you know. But it is fun. And a lot of the oversized inflatables are great, you know, pieces to fill a booth for trade shows. So
Catch attention.
Very much.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot that can be pulled from there.
Well, so, I just want to mention, most people consider branded products to be pens, mugs, and t-shirts. That's what I thought. Today, we want to expand that picture, and Donna's going to be showing you how to look at and how to use branded merch and I want to share this, Donna. You're going to show how to open doors to completely new audiences. You're going to turn one simple ask of someone asking you, can you add something to our swag bag? They're trying to get sponsors. You can turn that into a real business strategy. Your surprise and delight marketing for your best clients on unexpected holidays. I'll get my words out. And how to use personalization and smart gifting to keep your brand top of mind all year long. So by the end of this show, we want you to walk away with unexpected ways to use branded products to grow your business, plus concrete ideas you can implement today. That's what turned me into a client of the Donna Bender Company. Was I found a way to do something very different and stand out from the crowd.
Thanks, Kim. Thank you for that. And yes, that is the goal. And, you know, the whole thing about an unexpected ways of reaching different audiences that you would never get in front of before, and how easy it could be. So I hope everybody listens closely. So
I'm listening, Donna.
I'm going to test you afterwards. So the first segment today, Kim, is called Giving with No Strings Attached. And I think this is a really important concept to start the whole idea of giving gifts, giving the right branded product. Because the whole point is, I always say, by giving, it builds relationships. And it's the relationships that are the foundation of your business. And it's a no quid pro quo kind of thing. It's not, you're not going into that situation with expectations. Mm-hmm. It's the result of what happened to me that I have used over the last 20 years to build relationships. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine that by giving, I could build a business, I could build a network, and I could feel good, because I feel that it's not just always about business. It's about sponsoring. It's about nonprofits, about all the things, Kim.
And Donna has definitely built a huge business and a huge network. So let's head over into our first segment.
Thank you. Giving with no strings attached. True confession, I never thought of the giving process when I first started my business, because it seemed to come naturally to me. And I have witnessed the benefits of giving to a company's bottom line growth. I'm reminded every day that this process works, and it has been curated over the past 18 years. It is living proof of what can happen when you shift your mindset and approach to doing business. The giving process is not about having to be an over-the-top salesperson that can sell ice to the Eskimos, which, when you really think about it, is not a very honest and noble approach to sell something to your client they don't need. It's just the opposite. By giving, not selling, you can increase your business. Let me break this down further. Giving with no strings attached. The translation, no quid pro quo. To give without asking for anything in return. It's not about the barter system or the give and take exchange we learned as children. If I give you this, what will you give me? Which was immediately followed by a gesture of your thumbs in your ears as you waved your other fingers and recited, na, 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 na. And like giving with no strings attached, giving without expectations is just a pure act of kindness, straight from the heart, without thinking about a desired outcome. Have I mentioned this already? I love giving gifts. Just joking, I know I've mentioned that already. And so, from my little friend and me, I thought it sounded very Pinocchio-ish. I feel like a puppet. And to be honest, Kim, that is like one of the biggest, concepts that I can share with people is I don't want anybody to take this information and think that by doing one thing tomorrow, they're going to, get $1 million worth of business. I never want to come across that way. But I want people to know that when you do give, it could take a while for somebody to respond to you, but that doesn't mean they won't, and that's not the reason that you're doing it in the first place. Because just a quick example, when I was, when I first got here and I used a branded product to thank someone who, had coffee with me just to say, I appreciate your time. I had no idea that by doing that, people referred business to me or they wanted the item I gave them. I mean, so I love to take the principles that I found to be true and share that, but just to make everybody aware that it doesn't happen tomorrow. It could happen tomorrow. You don't know.
We've had some pretty quick results, though, with some of the things we've done, like for our business. So I don't want you to count out that it can't be quick.
No, I'm not saying that either. Not at all, especially when you give the right product, and we're going to talk more about that throughout the show. So that said, Kim, a few quick things to remember is you want to choose items people will use. You want to make the branding thoughtful. And you want to tie it to a goal and the outcome and what the moment is. So, it's like when I say you don't want to give ice to the Eskimos, you don't want to give something people don't need. So we'll talk more about that now. But one of the things I wanted to share, Kim, is, I love, I always say that I love food gifts. I love flowers. But at the end of the day, flowers could die. The food is eaten. And so I always recommend giving something that someone will use again, something that has your brand on it. Mm-hmm. And this item is a custom box that this company, can you hear me? I have to pass it. I want to make sure I'm in front of the camera, Kim. They did, and they do it so quickly. It's customized with your brand, but these flowers are so magnificent, and they give you a wonderful, card of how to take care of them and how much water to put in them, and they last. And so, but when the flowers are gone, now they have this wonderful box to use again. And it's one of those boxes you go, oh, I don't want to throw that out. you know? And so you can use it. They can use it in their office. They can see your name every day. So those are the kinds of things that I recommend if you're going to give something like flowers or candy or food gifts. So
Beautiful.
it is. It's beautiful and it smells wonderful. And it lives on their desk, you know, or it lives in their home. And so they see it often. So when the time comes that they need a product or service that you offer, you'll be top of mind. So Kim, our next segment is, so you were asked to put something in a swag bag. What do you put in? And people, you know, it's a fun title, but there is such a strategy to this whole concept that goes beyond the golf tournament. So let's roll them. Marketing segment is on. So you've been asked to sponsor at a golf tournament. What do you put in the swag bag? Golf season is an exciting time of year, and all the events are starting. Chamber, charity, golf associations, and company-sponsored events. Have you ever wanted to get in front of a specific audience, but you're not sure how? Well, you may want to consider looking at golf in a whole new light. Golf is not just a sport, but a networking haven for new contacts and for building relationships. According to PGA America, approximately 90% of Fortune 500 CEOs actively engage in golf. 80% of business professionals surveyed agree that playing golf facilitates the establishment of new business contacts. So, are you getting what I'm saying and seeing that this could be another great opportunity? So, what do you put in the bag? Here are some ideas. It's very hot on that golf course, so a nice cooling towels for the player is a great idea. Plus, it has a very large canvas for you to market your company. A nice divot tool and ball marker, and one of my favorites, the Ditty pouch, where you could put everything inside. So, no matter what you decide to add to the swag bag, look at it as a business investment and a great marketing opportunity to grow your business, something that will last so that when the tournament is over, you are still top of mind. Are your branded products making you money? Marketing. I just want to point out that the noise was the golf court.
That's so cute. Exactly. That's so cute.
You know, Kim, I have those products again to show, and I would love to talk more about them. You know, everybody loves having a golf towel, and there are so many that you could do. This one in the picture is huge, and but they come in every color. They're now doing them full colored and digital. It's a great thing to wipe your hands on. So if you're thinking about things that they need at the event, a golf towel is great. Another thing at the event would be something like this, which is called the glacial ring. And it just has to be put in the refrigerator or the cooler that you have in the golf cart for like 30 minutes. And this will keep cool all day long. And it's a wonderful thing, great imprint area, something, again, the golfers could use the day of the golf tournament. And one other thing could be, and I did show it on the other one, is the cooling towel. And you talked about this, Kim, that your husband uses it when he works outside. You know, it's not just for a golf tournament. So you can use it after the event as well. And what I love about this is you could put this in warm water, and all you do is have to shake it like this, and it stays cold on your neck. So this is a wonderful thing to give out at a golf tournament. Another great piece is, this is a close-up look at the Pitch Fix, which is a brand. It's a branded item, which is a divot tool and a ball marker. And so, you know, it's a wonderful thing. You have a full color logo on here. And all the golfers, may already have one, but this is a retail brand. And so it's a great item to give out with your logo on it. That again, golfers could use at the time of the event.
It's a great example of co-branding.
Exactly. Another wonderful example of co-branding. And we love co-branding.
Yes, we do.
Here's another one, Kim. This is called the Tally Tumbler. When I saw this, I loved it. Okay. And what it does is it helps you keep score during the game. And it comes with instructions, and it talks about, it keeps score of your strokes, how many fairways you hit, how many greens in regulation, how many balls you lost. And it's a great thing to keep score, but it's a tumbler, and it's a 30-ounce tumbler that keeps your drink nice and cool throughout the game. So this again is another wonderful item for golf tournaments. So now, Kim, I need to figure out how to get that off the stage and move us back into the right position. And thank you, Kim. I did not know how to do that.
You're just fine.
So let's talk about this whole concept of being asked to put something in a bag. Okay. These are just examples. There's so many that I can share with everybody. But the whole idea is, when would you get an opportunity to be in front of large corporations who are usually major sponsors for a golf tournament, who are usually playing, and all these other businesses that you've been dying to get in front of, but you haven't had the opportunity. So now they're all playing, and they're all playing in the game. And what a perfect moment and a perfect audience for your business. That's the reason, Kim, you don't want to give a cheap gift that will break, like a pen or something else, because everybody gives a pen. But if you gave out any of the ones I've shown, plus so many others in that bag that people can use even and after the event, they're going to remember you. They're going to know about your business, and and so a lot of times people will say, oh, I was asked to put something in a golf, in a golf bag, but it's going to cost me money. Marketing costs money, but to give and sometimes they charge a couple of $100 to have the benefit of putting something in the bag, but it's for a fundraiser, so you support an organization by donating your money, and they're giving you an opportunity to put something in a bag that all these golfers you would never get in front of would have. So it is a win-win-win-win-win situation.
Talk to your accountants this time of year, especially. It may be a tax deduction as well.
It is. In any kind of marketing and branding that you do, it is a tax deduction. So there's a lot of benefits to thinking about branded products as a wonderful way to build your business. I never thought of it as a tax deduction, Kim, as using that as a thing, but yes, it is. So I don't want people to, think of it as a missed opportunity, but jump on it. And it's not just a golf tournament. You're a part of an organization that has a yearly conference. And so now, everybody who's sponsoring or has a table gets an opportunity to put something in a bag. Again, something that people are going to remember you by, and not that thing that breaks, or, as we say, Kim, that they toss after the event.
You definitely don't want to spend money on something they'll toss away. And I think the thing that you have blown my mind with, Donna, is the difference in cost is usually pennies to do something more. Like, it's not, and I love your quote about it's not about increasing your marketing budget. It's about using strategy with it.
Correct.
So I love this whole conversation.
And I just want everybody to walk away with these 3 points. And, I always make notes, Kim, so I don't forget anything. But why golf tournaments specifically work. And these are things that you really need to think about. Attendees are on site for hours. From the time you come, volunteer, the game starts afterwards, you eat. So they're there for hours. And there are natural breaks during the day where your products can shine, especially if you're giving things like a tumbler or any of the products we talked about today. So that's a great thing. And also, I think people at a golf tournament, when you think about who the audience is, they're expecting something that's good and going to last. And the last thing you want to do is put something in there that is, I hate using the word, Kim, cheap, and that will break, because that's what you'll be remembered for. And you want just the opposite. You want them to think about you all the time because they're using the product you gave them all the time.
Tchotchke or something perceived as high value. Let's see. No brainer.
No brainer. No brainer. So I think we can move into our next segment, Kim, because I went through all the products already, so we can skip through all of this. I did them all at once.
Well, can I just leave a little note here though, because if you are asked to do a swag bag, I'm very overwhelmed with the process. That's why Donna has done such wonders with me in particular for our business. Is I'm overwhelmed with having to pick things and having to think about things because I'm busy doing our business. I think if you've been asked to do something, contacting Donna is the answer to that question. Donna, what can I do that would make my business stand out? And she will answer that with very industry specific. She will do that, walk you through that. So I think I want to say that, Donna, just out loud. I am grateful for what you've done for us, and I hope others are realizing the opportunity to contact you and your team to set something up so that they can use strategic branded merch, as you like to say, in the swag bags too.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And, we do have, we talked about, we were bragging in the beginning, Kim, about the fun that we have. So, there is something that I'm going to allow you to introduce.
It's a lot of fun is what I'm going to say, that you can surprise and delight clients anytime, but holidays are the best and not the major ones you think about. So let's head into a fun segment that Donna might be dressed a little different, y'all.
Yes, and the name of the segment is Why Celebrating Your Clients on Unique Holidays is a Winning Strategy.
Wonderful.
A, B, C, D.
Why celebrating your clients on holidays is a winning strategy. And I'm here dressed as your friendly neighborhood Easter Bunny to share a little secret that is a winning strategy in the way you connect with your clients. Why wait for the big end of the year holidays when every day could be special? Imagine the surprise and delight on your clients' faces when they receive a card or a small gift of appreciation on National Donut Day, or maybe even International Talk Like a Pirate Day. It's unexpected, memorable, and fun. You see, when you celebrate these quirky holidays, your gifts and messages won't just be another drop in the ocean of holiday greetings. They'll stand out, make your clients feel truly special and valued. And in the world of marketing, a positive customer experience and making someone feel unique is vital to building long-lasting relationships. This isn't just about being different, although I'm not sure how many people would dress up like the Easter Bunny to make a point. It's a strategic move. By choosing these unconventional moments to show appreciation, you're setting yourself apart from the competition. It's a win-win. It's those unexpected surprises that delight your clients and build long-lasting relationships that keep them coming back for more. So, let's hop to it and make every day a holiday.
A, B, C, D.
And there I was, hop-toing it. You know, we talked about the fact of, coming dressed as the Easter Bunny. And last year for the show, I did dress as the Easter Bunny, but that is a fun costume. And the point to mention is that not everybody would dress up as the Easter Bunny, but I have to tell you, when I did that conversation, the first time I dressed up as an Easter Bunny, I did have clients on the call, and I was like, oh boy, I'm afraid that they're not going to call me back after they see me dressed up as an Easter Bunny. Didn't faze them at all. It was like, wow. So I'm just saying, I think you
actually got extra orders because they were listening. And I do want to point out, when you are dressing up like that, we do have a lot of fun with you dressing up and doing the costumes. But at the end of the day, it really is strategy. At the end of the day, those funny places are so that people will listen to what they can do to benefit their business. So I love the Easter Bunny. I love your little bouncing around, and I am thankful for all the things you shared, Donna.
Thank you. And thank you for the extra sound effects. Let me just say, some talking points that I want to just mention about products. And I guess people are going to hear me say this ad nauseum. You need to think of, again, even when it's a golf tournament or if it's a conference or whatever you're using the branded products for, is buying items that are needed. Okay. Look, pens are a huge, huge category in my industry. I'm never going to put a pen down, but there are so many other things that cost a lot of times the same price point that would make it different and unique that people will see. So you want to avoid buying cheap items. You want to connect the product to the goal. Okay. Because, you're at a golf tournament, and again, the end result is you don't want to put a pen in there, maybe a chapstick. You could put a chapstick in there with, that is branded. But I still think that things that people will use, and they will use chapstick, but take that one step further. They now make a chapstick and suntan lotion connected. So now you have something they could definitely use and continue to use it after the event. So there's ways in which, if there are specific things you like, we can always find those kinds of things. But I want people to be open-minded and realize, as you had pointed out again earlier, that it's not about the budget as much as using your budget, but coming up with a strategy that works for you. So, and
can I share one of my favorites that you've done, Donna?
Please.
One of the favorite things you've done is a hand sanitizer for a friend of ours, for Cat Corchado, and it's like business card size. I carry it in my purse all the time, and I always laugh when I pull it out because it's so handy. I've used it, lots and lots of times, but it's like I am pulling out her business card every time I use it. And it reminds me, what do I need to do to connect to Cat again? Or what do I need to do? I just think that that's a brilliant one. And it's so inexpensive.
It's inexpensive and it's handy. And, as much as I don't think everybody is as conscious as they were, during COVID, but I'm still conscious. If I'm in a supermarket and I've been touching all these things before I even put my hands on the wheel of the car, I want to get out my sanitizer. And I also have that in my car. I have one in my purse. It is a great item, and it goes along with the sunscreen and the lip balm. All those kinds of things, go a little bit beyond a pen. And still can be very useful, that people will use over and over again. I'm not putting pens down, please. As I say, I'm not. I love pens. But Kim, There is another product reel that is from the trade show this month. It was actually the beginning of the month. Seems like it's a very long March. And so I want to be able to show everybody those products as well, because there's a lot we can talk about.
Okay.
There's a lot to unpack in that.
There definitely were. I love the awards in particular. We have an annual awards ceremony, and I love the awards you have in that reel.
Yeah, there's some great ones. And the one at the end, though,
Mhm.
there is something, that's three-dimensional cube that is on a rotating base. And I did have a client not too long ago for their anniversary to thank all of their sponsors and board members and everything, gave those out. And it was such a beautiful gift. And you could put a logo in there. You could put something that's important to your business, a message, anything in there. And I'm just fascinated about the way that they can make them. It's definitely not something I could even describe now, but it is something that is so amazing. And so I want to just point out that there was a lot of drinkware. There were a lot of great gifts. Some of those colored, handled, cutting boards, and all those glasses so when we get to talk about later on in the season more gift ideas, because more holidays will be coming up, I hope to have some samples to show that live, because they are just magnificent.
Well, and Donna, I'd love it if you would remind everybody what the difference between a gift and a giveaway is, because we talk about this all the time, but I think someone coming new to the show, it's just a good reminder for all of us who already know, but would you share that?
A giveaway is about you. It's about your business. It's about marketing your company. You're giving it away to someone else. A gift is for the recipient. And so there's a big difference, because when you're thinking about gifts to give, you need to know a little bit about the recipient and what they would like. Sometimes it's not necessarily your first choice for something you would like. But if you could hone in on those kinds of things that your client would like when it comes to giving gifts, it's much more meaningful and adds much more value to your relationship. So
I have to say, who doesn't want to be appreciated? Like,
I don't know. I mean, it's in especially, in everyday living, it's nice to feel appreciated. And there were a lot of things also in the video that covered a few diverse industries, Kim. And, there are things that look very rugged outdoors for any outdoor construction, electrical, building, anything outdoors. And then there were things that, people can use inside, HR HR companies, nonprofits. So that's why I say there was a lot to unpack in there, but I tried to make it, it was less than 90 seconds. So, it was 90 seconds. So I had to make it short in terms of the products.
So because it was short and we don't have a lot of time on the show, reach out to Donna. She'll help you with the extended
Tell you what
version.
the other things are. I'll show you. No, but seriously, there's only so much that you can show, and that's why I like the reels, because you can watch it over and over and over again when you see something that you like. Yeah. So our next segment, Kim, I believe, is yes. It's the corporate commercial. I just actually went past that too, Kim. So sorry about that. So yes.
I want to point out about this. Donna is so good at doing this. She's called in by corporations to train whole teams. So that's what this is about, just so we put that out there. So
thank you.
I'm going to push the button, Donna.
Thanks. Making sales and staying in business is more important than ever in today's fast-paced world. And I hear the buzz around executive boardrooms. How do we get our teams to hit our sales numbers? What can we do to stay ahead of our competition, keep clients loyal, and multiply referrals? Sound familiar? As Vice President of Merchandising at Calvin Klein and Director of Sales at Salvatore Ferragamo, I learned the secrets of using the right branded marketing, which opened the door to also consult for Eddie Bauer, Laura Ashley, Major League Baseball, and New Balance. Working with branding and marketing legends for several decades enabled me to help hundreds of corporate clients and their teams design customized plans that increased sales, saved time, and eliminated the common challenges hindering growth. Our corporate training program can strengthen your brand presence, amplify visibility, and foster meaningful connections with your right audiences, so you can stop spending money on inefficient marketing that wastes valuable time and money. Let's change that conversation in the boardroom. I'm Donna Bender. Contact my team today to discover how our tailored approach can transform your company's performance, increase your business, and position you ahead of the competition too. Yeah, I got to add music to the end.
Think of Donna as your strategic partner. There is no industry. Donna cannot help. So
thank you, Kim. And some of the things I want to point out that we cover, during those kinds of things is we talk about knowing your audience, and choose products that your audience will like, use, and think of you. And I know it sounds very simple, but a lot of times, I repeat that over and over again because a lot of times people forget. And the other thing is there is a way to measure the impact. And I know when it comes to marketing and people, look at marketing and they say, oh, there's no way to measure it. Well, when you have branded products and corporate gifts, there's an easy way to measure it because you know the audience you're giving it to. And so, and that's why, I always say to people when they're doing an event or doing a trade show or doing a conference, you don't necessarily need 1,000 of something. If you limit that number to a specific amount of people that really are your, perfect client, that number you can definitely keep track of. And when people are at a trade show and they bought 1,000 pens or 1,000 of this, there's no way that you could keep track of it unless you're, taking notes feverishly. But when you do use branded products strategically and go after a specific audience for a specific goal, you could definitely track the impact and the ROI.
So if you're thinking, I'd love help mapping this out for my business or team, That's precisely what Donna does. Let's just say that.
Thank you, Kim. So we have another fun segment, Kim, that
fun.
it is fun, and it's that time of year, so they all come out to play. So go ahead.
Let's head over into how Earth Day is the perfect time of year to plant your seeds of gratitude.
Come rolling down. I feel my heart. Not just any daisy. I'm a daisy on a mission to spread joy and celebrate Earth Day. And what better way to celebrate our beautiful planet than by showing a little appreciation to those who have helped our businesses bloom? So whether you're a gardening expert or you just love the color green, Earth Day is the perfect time to plant seeds of gratitude. Imagine the smile on your clients and employees' faces when they receive a thoughtful, earth-friendly gift. Desk plants are extremely popular now, and there are so many kits where you could send beautiful lavender. There are these wonderful seeded papers, and they have all different shapes. They have either herbs or flowers. They're flat. You could put them in a greeting card and send a thank you. These gifts are not just thoughtful gifts, but they are great examples of how many products are being made today from plastics and metals that are repurposed, reused, and recycled. So let's make this Earth Day a memorable one. It is the perfect time to show your appreciation to our planet for generations to come. And let's remember to sprinkle a little of those seeds of gratitude and thank our clients and business relationships with the same care and dedication to keep our planet safe. Cheers. Just come rolling down. I feel my heart.
I love your little potted plant self.
Yes, I have to bring her out to surprise some people. That's always nice, to surprise and delight your clients. I may even have to go the route of dressing up like that, Kim, when I go visit a client. So you just never know. But on the whole concept of Earth Day, I mean, there is so much now about sustainability that that could be a show unto itself. But I want to just point out again some products that I did show in the segment, but I also have examples of them live. And this thing, if you can see, these are seeded little coins. So this is plant the seeds for your financial future. So this is great for banks. This is great for accountants. This is great for financial planners. I mean, what a great little thing. And these really do work, and actually, here's a little picture, Kim, that I forgot to put up.
And tax preparers. Let's just say that too. It's that time of year.
Perfect time of year. And, this one happens to be a little lollipop kind of seeded thing, and so you just plant it in the ground, but it's a great thing. And then the sticks also have a great message on it, and this is for breast cancer, plant hope. So depending on what you need them for, this is a business card, and I know a lot of people don't have business cards, but if you want one on seeded paper, this one someone can take and plant, make a plant with and remember you. And for events, instead of the regular slap things that go around your wrist, this band is made out of seeded paper. So I can't tell you how many different things that people and different companies are making now, and it's wonderful. And the other thing I want to show for sustainable products is this, Kim. This is the same company that I had shown earlier. This is a succulent that comes in this customized box again. And what I love about them is that their minimums are very low. They ship one piece at times. But the presentation itself, like when I was opening the box, I mean, the way they wrap it and protect it, and again, the instructions, I mean, this is just a beautiful succulent. So
it's beautiful.
It is quite beautiful. So, and I think, here we go, Kim. But those things are just a couple of examples of sustainable products, and there are technology that's made from recycled materials. I've showed a lot of those. There's drinkware, the luxury apparel that is out there now using sustainable products. So I have to say, and I think I've shared this many years ago, that when sustainability became a word, and recycled fabrics, I came back from a trade show in Las Vegas with two things: a pen that was wrapped up in paper, the paper barrel, and a mug that was made out of corn husk. They were the only, they were like a handful of vendors that gave those out. And I came back and I just felt that, there was something about this. And I told people, and they said, it's just a fad. The following year, if you were a vendor and didn't have something that was sustainable on your line, nobody wanted to talk to you. Now, I would say most companies, at least 50%, if not more, of their products are sustainable products. So, and it's just going to continue. And the way that they are utilized and recycled. And now people want to, have a little story about the product, how they can trace the product and see, validate, where it started and where it ended and how many bottles it, were saved from putting into the ocean. There's so much information. And so, I'm not sitting here and saying everybody has to, be sustainable. I mean, it's a way of life if you choose to, but you have to remember your clients and what's important to your clients. So if you have clients who are really, looking out for the environment, and they do all of this volunteer work, and all they talk about is sustainability, and their company is a green company, there's a lot of things to choose from. And so those would be the types of things I would recommend that, people give when you find out a little bit about your client and what they would like. So, just a thought, Kim.
Great point. Great
Okay.
point.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. So now, Kim, we have one last segment, and this is on, we talked last month about personalization, and personalization is so important to acknowledge and thank people, thank your clients, thank your employees. But there's something really special about this personalization. So let's roll it.
So this is Swanky Badger. Everything we do has no minimums, no setup fees, and a portion of every sale goes back to children's hospitals. Based out of San Diego, lead time is about 5 business days. And what we specialize in is personalization. So we were a retail brand for 10 years, and what we learned, our kind of key insight over that time, is that the more personal you can make a gift and the more you can make it about them, the more impactful it actually is, and the more meaningful and the greater the longevity of the item. So this, for example,
you're speaking my love song.
This, for example, is our whiskey decanter, where on this side you can put your logo, and then on the other side of it you'll see there's a handwritten note that is lasered on there, and all we need is someone to write a note on a piece of paper, take a photograph of it, send it to us, and we can have it lasered.
And you could do one-piece minimums?
At one piece, yeah. We can do this with any of our products.
So that's great. Like if someone only has 6 people they want to give gifts to, they can write the note to each of them.
And even better than that, if you don't want to put your logo on the front, we have personalization templates. So you can have their name in a nice design on the front of the decanter, and you can do a message on the back and just put your logo small down here if you wish.
So is that on all your products you can do that?
On all of our products. I'll show you a couple of other examples.
Sure.
This is our bartender bottle opener. So on one side you have your logo, on the other side there's a nice message on that. We have, for example, our laptop backpack. So we have our logo here, and then underneath this pocket here,
look at that.
there's a nice little personalized element. Here's a premium vegan leather. So it looks and feels like leather. It's got a grain running through it, but there's no animal products used in it. This is just another example of how you can integrate a nice personalized message in there.
Where were we?
I don't know where we went, but we're back.
Talk about a white screen. Well, Kim, that to me is the most amazing form of personalization, to not just put the person's name on there, and the boxes I showed you with logos, those can also be personalized with the recipient's name. But this, you can write a handwritten note and tell the person how much they mean to you. And there's no setup fees, and it is just wonderful. I think it's such a special way to acknowledge someone, and using it for employees, using it for onboarding gifts, for welcome kits, for milestones, for team appreciation. There's so many ways that you can use something like that.
I love that it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. I just need to say that it just needs to be intentional, because Donna, you help us get that intention out, especially a handwritten note. That is just, to me, that's a super sexy gift.
Oh my goodness. Like, for instance, you don't want to have maybe you don't want to, you have 6 people to give it to. Maybe you don't want to pick 6 different things, but pick the item, but you can handwrite the note to each of them. That's special. I just feel that it's such an amazing way to personalize something, and it's like priceless. I mean, you can't even put a price on something like that. So, Kim, we are at the end.
We are at the end of the show. We appreciate you watching. Let me just say that.
We do. And what I would love, everybody, if to thank everybody for being here and sharing your time with us. And I hope that you could think about a couple of things when you leave here today. Just think about one place in your business where you think branded merch can help, but you're not sure how it works. Or if you're already using branded merchandise, but it's not working, why not? And feel free to pick up the phone. Feel free to reach out to me. I would love to answer any questions that you have. My goal is to help you increase your business. So there's no question that I will turn down. Well, I should be careful of that one, Kim.
I was going to say, no.
I don't mean that. And if you could think of one client that you could surprise and delight, just even one, with something unexpected over the next month, and see how good it makes you feel when you do that.
Love it. Well, the next big show and tell is Tuesday, April the 28th at 1 p.m. Central, which will be our 2nd anniversary show, Donna. That's so exciting.
I know. There will be certainly a lot of surprise visitors and a lot of celebration, Kim. And I guess if there's nothing else, that's a wrap. And bye for now.